Oh, okay. Let's see here. Gonna be fairly short stream. This one. I might hop back on later, but yeah, perhaps make it a short one. Okay, but I'm gonna. I should have just hit the stream thing way earlier. I just sometimes like I get caught up with. Sometimes it's easy not to hit the little button and just kind of just chill out and just go on the internet and stuff and ramble and stuff like that. But yeah, so if you're out there and you're hesitant on wondering if you should hit that go live button, you should hit it because I always tend to get more things done when I do. Sometimes I get lost and sometimes I get in this loophole, man, where I'm just on the internet and I'm just like scrolling and scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. Let's see here. So it's gonna be fairly short stream, but we're gonna try and do a warm up with the graffiti stuff. Alright, we're just going for it. I'll just go for it. I just need to get to drawing. Warm up. Let's see, how loud is my mic? Okay, that's how loud it is. How I like to think about it is this first scribble thing you do, trying to see how you can correlate this one over here, but also, and then like I personally like trying to figure out how to connect them, connect the letters like it's a maze. Something like that. But this one really doesn't have the. The song is either really low or. This over here, trying to maybe do another one over here. Freaking like frog or something. Okay, this freaking song is the album cover is really cool looking. I'm not gonna lie, I will give it to that. It's a strange album, huh? Let's go to this one. Okay, back to 3Ding these letters out. I gotta do this kind of quick. Let's go. That's another reason why I like doing these, is they're pretty just satisfying because you just do them really, really quick. I already made it. Okay, I'm just gonna have to do it that way. Honestly, I really like these colors. Did I get that right? There's one more little thing in here. The outline's always satisfying. Yeah, so this is going to be a shorter stream because I'm going to go chill with my buddy today, so I just wanted to get one of these done. Oops, there's actually a point right here I need to get up on. Oopsies. I love these colors. It reminds me of like a shark. Oops, there's actually that point too. Yeah, these are the old letters though, by the way. This is the first one I came up with. Actually, no, it's not. These letters aren't the first ones I came up with. Probably maybe second, maybe third name. For some reason, when I have these ones on my thumbnail, they get more views than my actual drawing. So I'm like, what in the world, man? I did this thing in like 20 minutes. I do a drawing for 3 hours, and for some reason, those things don't get many views. It's also because I'm using a shitty camera, so I do apologize for that. I'm using a phone right now, and I have to so I'm using the phone, and the problem is like I can't use the Twitch. I would use the Twitch app because I think it's like a bit more high resolution, but I have to push it through in order to listen to the audio on my computer. I have to um, have it go through my computer, so I have to use another program to bypass it onto my computer. Otherwise, I would just be streaming it on my phone. Well, I am streaming it on my phone, but I'm literally using like two apps. So I have an app on my phone that makes my phone a web camera. Why do I have it? Oh well, just like that. So yeah, I have an app on my phone that makes it a camera, and then it gets connected to another app on my computer onto OBS. I mean. Oops, I got that one wrong too, right there. Oh well. I'm going back now. We might do a speed bike today. See how fast I could draw a bike after this. Love these colors though, man. See, these are the shark colors, bro. I did one the other day with these colors, and then just pops. Boom. Go. About 20 minutes. Probably better take maybe 30 minutes in a row. depending on if you did a filler or whatever. Yeah, I love those colors, man. So, okay, let's go through the maze. Enter the maze. Enter over here. Enter right here. Connects over here. Go whoop. Connects all the way back here. You can take this into here. Either go this way, get caught up in here, or you can go over here. It connects over here, goes down up in here, connects up in here. It's the maze game. Not many other. I mean, that's what some graffiti artists do, but like I've tried to implement that, and I think it's my buddy. I think my buddy got me into that. But it makes it so much more fun because then after you can kind of like, oh, okay, let's do the maze. Anyway, good warm-ups actually. I'm gonna start doing them as warm-ups. It's kind of what I've been doing lately. But yeah, you can see like the styles now. I have them all saved now. Kind of weird. Got this one. That was the very first one. From me like not doing it in so long, because I almost forgot. I thought I forgot everything, and now I was like, okay, well, I got this one. This one. I don't really like any of these ones. That one kind of started getting a little weird. This one I did the brand new letters. I haven't done those letters before. This one. That was yesterday. Was that yesterday? Oh yeah, that was yesterday. Actually starting to evolve now a bit more. Going back from that one to this one. Actually, no, I guess not really. This one does look kind of fresh though. Okay. What was I doing? Oh yeah. Let's turn this music down. Okay, so this is what we drew yesterday. We drew Revelation 6:6. Started out with just me doing a bike though. I think I'm going to try and master drawing bikes. Super hard. This is the best bike I've ever drawn. Which is kind of crazy. And I think I'm going to continue trying to draw bikes. I've been watching over some things on perspective, and because generally when I do my single figured characters, I have somewhat of the perspective in mind. But the thing is, I have tried to draw bikes in the past, and what makes bikes so wonky? It's these freaking wheels, man. It's the wheels that are so hard to draw a bike. Because if you don't get them aligned and properly proportioned within the perspective, it's very, very easy to get it wonky. And it's weird because, man, I literally Googled it. I was like, how to draw bikes. I literally put it into YouTube, and there's only like one video. I don't even see anybody, like, there's not even a book or anything. I'm like, everybody just 3D models it out with CAD and stuff, which is cool. But I think that there'd be like way more drawings of bikes, man. And I figured it out. I think it's because it's so darn hard to draw these freaking ellipses. That's what makes it so hard. That's probably why a lot of people don't do it, because it's just frustrating, especially if you mess it up. But yeah, so it started off with this one. There is, I don't know who it is. It's like Drawing a Day or something. He made a YouTube video on how to draw bikes. So I didn't watch that video prior. But it's kind of funny because we actually came to the same conclusions about how to lay out the bikes in some degree. And this is a big one. So if you guys are wanting to learn how to draw bikes, it's kind of good to think about like the proportions of the wheels and like seeing the axles. So that's what this blue line is. It's the axles. The green line is how wide it is apart. And then the 3 is almost kind of like showing that it's almost 3 wheels big. And so I took this little thing right here, and then we were looking at another bike yesterday. It was kind of like a mixture of a mountain bike and a BMX bike. We did that one, and so that's what this blue line right here is. These are the wheels, and this is the big one. So in the video, the guy started out with a giant square. You can actually still see that's how I started this one out too. I did a giant square. The only problem is that I had trouble getting the right diameter of the wheel within this square. So I think when I start another drawing of a bike, instead of starting like how that guy started, which it's good to start that way too, with a big box, I think I'm actually going to start with the wheel. The wheel scale, I think, is a very good indicator on how to build the rest of the bike, in perspective, anyway. So that's what we're going to try and do. I think I'm going to try to draw another bicycle. I don't know how long it's going to take, but maybe we might. I think maybe I should just start doing almost like speed gestures with the bike. Like, maybe doing, I mean, I don't know, maybe I should just do a totally different angle. I mean, I could just do that same angle of that bike as well. We should be able to draw this bike at any angle, actually. That's actually, maybe that's, we'll start maybe with that, just like a gesture of maybe what to do. Okay, so we will start off with our horizon line. We'll set our vanishing points, which will probably be the page. And we could just do some warm-ups for this, because I guess right now this is when we have to think about like our layout. So this is the layout that I did yesterday for this bike. So it's kind of like, this is when you kind of think about, okay, well, what kind of bike do you want to draw? Do you want to buy? Do you want to draw a road bike? Do you want to draw a unicycle? Do you want to draw a mountain bike? Do you want to draw a BMX bike? And that's, I don't know what I want to do. Let's see here. Maybe I should draw. Let's just keep going with what I was kind of doing yesterday. Some sort of like hybrid. It's a hybrid of like a BMX bike and a mountain bike. Oh, goodness. Okay, we're doing a hybrid of a BMX bike and a road bike. I mean, a mountain bike. I guess I don't really need to lay that out because I already kind of laid it out right here. So, I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to try and just draw a lot of bikes. Like, it's almost like I'm going to try and treat this as like doing gestures, but with bicycles. Okay, so let's see here. How are we thinking about this? I'm going to think about this wheel first. This is the radius that I'm trying to go for. That is what we're trying to go for, is how do we figure out this radius of this wheel? Yesterday we did it straight up and down. Maybe try and draw a bike on its side. Oh, this is complicated now. I gotta really think about this. So here, let's draw just a bunch of bikes right here. I'm gonna draw a bike right there. Here maybe, and then one right there maybe. Just mark this out. This one will probably be on. We'll draw. I already drew that line up. We're gonna have to just draw it down. Okay, yeah. This is the wheelbase. I forgot. Okay, so we're starting off with this wheel ellipse. Let's see if we can do this. I'm gonna see how fast I can draw a bike, somewhat in perspective. Okay, so from this square, where's our other warm-up we did? Okay, so from our other warm-up we did of perspective, I'm actually really glad I did this one, because this one is how you draw things in scale relative to the first thing that you drew. Now, the thing about it is you can make anything related to the first object, and this thing is actually very good for doing figures in perspective. And this is why doing figures in perspective is so complicated, because there's actually somewhat of an equation to actually get every single figure, if you're doing a multi-figural piece, to be somewhat, everybody's different sizes, as in terms of heights, because there are people that are shorter and stuff than others, but generally there's something to relate it to. And so it's good to, this is a very important one. So if you're into doing, if you're having trouble with multi-figural stuff, I highly suggest learning how to do the scale back of the relative thing, because that's actually what helped me with the bikes. And we're going to follow that same method right here. So how to make this box right here, this is going to be the first wheel. Actually, let's see here. Actually, I'm going to, instead of drawing the bike this way, we're going to draw it this way, actually. We're going to draw it the other side up. Okay, let's see here. Let's bring out, where's my pencil at? Let's just do this fast. I wonder if there's I wish there was more how-to videos on how to draw bikes. So if you're out there, please make more videos on how to draw bikes, because I'd love to see it. I'd love to see like old school like bike illustrators, like how they drew bikes. Okay, so how we figure this out to make this is, so we find this point right here, and we find the point of this end of this square, and we push that all the way to the horizon line, and we'll make it a very faint line. Okay, so from the horizon line point right there, we push that 90 degrees downwards. That almost doesn't make sense. Huh? Oh well, that's what it says. It almost doesn't seem like that's right. See, this stuff is just so weird. It doesn't seem like that would be the next square shape, huh? But it says it is, because that's where it says it's in the horizon line, so. I feel like I got that wrong. It's very strange. Totally 90 degrees, maybe? Oh, you know what? I might be out of the field of the view radius, maybe. That's what it was. See, that makes no sense. I got this wrong. Well, let's just do it quickly. There's no way that's right. Huh. I must have gotten... Okay, so that's the other thing. Where's that piece of paper? I think I went outside of the boundaries of the field of view. Where is it? So there is this thing right here. Man, I wish I had the book still. The book said something like there's a field of view. So if you're this person right here, this is the field of view of your vanishing points. So I think actually I went outside of that and it skewed everything. I think I went outside of the 60-degree plane. It's very strange. because that does not seem right at all. Oh, well, we'll just do it like how I did it on this one, but just do it the opposite way, because that should confuse. This is why I don't like perspective. Like, it's so annoying sometimes. Okay, let's see. Let's just redraw this then. Okay, so this one goes to this vanishing point. Yeah, see, I'm wondering what it had to. I must have had to have gone outside of the field of view, because everything got skewed out. It was very strange. Very weird. It almost seems like that shouldn't happen. Like, maybe I'm doing something wrong. So take my word, Tyrannosaur, I don't really know what I'm doing. Well, I kind of know what I'm doing, but like, not really. I'm not really akin to perspective drawing. And this is why, because things just start getting wonky for me. Okay. Pull this one to this to this vanishing point. We know that this will be the size of the wheel. I wonder if you can just eyeball that? I'd be able to just eyeball that. Okay, let's see if it works this time. Why did it not work right there? Maybe it did work right there, and I just tripping out. Okay, so we take this point to this point of the square. We draw a line all the way to this point of the horizon line. We take this point from the horizon line and push it down. See, this one makes sense. Why was it not working right there? I have no idea. The only thing I could think of is I got it wrong with the field of view or something. Okay, so from this we know that this square right here is exactly the same size as this square right here. Whoever figured this out is crazy. So we know that. And then if we do it again, push that line to that horizon line, and then take this horizon line and push this one down. Okay, so we know that this square right here is the same size as this square. This is the big one for drawing the bike. And I'm almost like, I kind of feel like, this is lame, because I'm almost like doing the exact same angle of this bike. Oh well, we'll just see how fast I can do it. Okay, we're going to split this box in half, and we're going to split this box in half, and split this one in half too, right there. We're going to make ellipses in here. Okay, what else did I do? Okay, so we're drawing the bike going forward. Let's split this bike in half. Let's take this axis. This axis right here is very important because this is where the hubs are. And these need to be relatively the same in some degree. So let's push those back into the horizon line, or into the vanishing point. Just make a faint marking. We know that this is actually pushed out. We know that this is the radius. This is the volume of this bike. So right now we're almost drawing it like Paper Mario. You know Paper Mario? So Paper Mario, it's like, this is just a piece of paper right here. Right now we're just seeing the scale of where this is at. And okay, so let's see here. We're gonna figure out the fork position. That goes into perspective at the end of the fork. So we might as well just, since we already kind of did the perspective on that one, we're going to make the width of the tire, and the width of the tire can be the width of this square. And so we know from the width of this square, we can push this line right here to make the width of the back tire. If we're thinking that the back tire is the same width as the front tire, which generally most bikes are. Most bike tires are the same width. Actually, no, not really. Some racers do run skinnier tires in the back. So if you're a bike designer, that is also another thing. This line right here can actually be skinnier if, say, this was the back wheel and you wanted to draw like a race bike, because I do know some racers, and honestly me in particular, I used to do that too. I used to run like a 195 tire in the back and then like a 2.25 in the front. Okay, anyway, so there. Okay, so we have the other main one. So the other main one I did pick up from the dude is that he said a big key area to think about is these lines right here. So it's the fork and then the bars and then the seat post. So I'm trying to think about that as well. So the fork, I don't know if it should be straight up and down, and then the seat post. These lines are. Okay, so this is the fork, the seat post. Go up. Okay, so from here we can kind of, I think from here, I think this is the hardest part about drawing bikes. It's just figuring out this layout right here. Cut this one down. This goes back. We're gonna make this like an 80s style BMX bike, I think. Okay. How do you do the bars? Let's see. I guess we should find out the bar height. About yeah. I guess I don't know how to make it like. Get the radius right. Huh. Okay, we got that down. We got the seat, we got this. It's kind of the structure of our bicycle. push this down in the middle. I don't know. It's like, I wonder if this is when you could just place a figure in here. See, the other problem is like how, what do you do if like the bars are like turned and stuff? I mean, I guess you could just, very strange. Okay, so how would we figure out this arc? There's an arc that this wheel can take. How would we figure that out? So I think if we push this radius down into the middle, we'll try and figure that out. Okay, so from the middle, we know that that's the middle of the wheel. If we know that that's the middle of the wheel, this would be the pivot point for this entire bike. So would that mean if this line is the pivot point, would that mean we could just make this, thinking of this as a square, the wheel as a square, we should just be able to shift this wheel like this. Something like that. Shit, it was confusing, man. I'm wondering, like, how would I draw that? I would have to use some of these perspective lines. I wonder, can I just do the perspective line? How do you figure that out? I mean, I guess you'd have to figure out how to draw a complete spherical circle. Shit, it's confusing, man. Maybe I think it's confusing. I don't know. It's probably way easier for everybody else, but like, man, shit, it's confusing for me, man. Like drawing a figure, I feel like is even. It's like maybe it's because I've drawn so many figures. I just feel like figure out's so much easier than this stuff. How would you freaking morph that? I have no idea. I'm gonna have to figure that out. I'm just gonna draw it real quickly right in here. How do you twist this? I mean, I can do it right now, just looking at it, but I don't know how to do it actually constructually in the perspective grid. You know, because like I'm wanting to do this, that right there, you know, moving this block like this in perspective. I can do it freehand. The thing is if I mess up these circles and these arcs, it makes everything all wonky. I guess what I could do is, since I drew this line out from this point right here, maybe what you could do is just take this perspective line, mark it right there, push it up. Okay, maybe that's how you do it. You push that up. Actually, you know, you should probably just 3D it out like that. And figure out the radius of how these bars move. Shit's way too confusing. I want to draw a figure on here. Darn it, it's too small. Oh well. Oh, darn it. Should push this down. So you do that. I should do that now. So maybe when we do the light box, maybe I should just draw it as the bike. Just the bike, not a figure. Oh wait, that's what I was gonna do. I was gonna push it down. So keep that in mind next time I draw. Like, I mean, I guess we could just go over that right there. So we have to follow the exact grid. I mean, I guess since I did the perspective underneath it, it's not like I have to draw all the little squares and stuff again. I'm just doing that. No, it's because there we go. Darn, I don't know how to draw that, man. That's so strange. Okay, now how do we draw a figure on top of this? Or should we just draw just the bike? Because I mean, I eventually need to start drawing figures with the bike, so. I mean, I guess this would be the good groundwork, and then you just do gestures on top. That's strange that I made that line all the way down there. It doesn't make sense, actually. Huh, oh well. Almost feels like I got that wrong. Okay, so here's our groundwork. This next one. I guess that's the other thing is how big is a skull relative to the wheel? I mean, I guess I did that yesterday, but I think a skull would probably be not the skull, but the human head. I think the human head would roughly be about this big compared to the bike. So then, I think if we think about this, I guess we could 3D this out. 3D this out. Think of this. Draw 7.5 of that. Huh. Okay, let's start off with like the wedge of the pelvis. Draw girl. Try to draw chick. Sitting on there. Try and draw the same. So from this measurement, we can take other measurements. One, two. Right? Just roughly doing it. This is a very complicated area right here, because then you almost gotta like go over all the perspective stuff you did. Wow, yeah, that's a very, very complex area. Huh. I don't even know if I got these proportions right. I don't think I did. Because these get pushed back in space as well. Darn. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah, I got those wrong. Darn it. Maybe the best way to do it would be to light box it, do gestures on top of the bike. So I don't mess it up. Let's do it red. Maybe. Okay, so if we know roughly that this is the scale of the head right here, that should be a good indicator. Let's see here. actually, I guess we don't even have to. Let's see. Could just. See, but then it goes off the page. What? Barely on the page. I guess maybe that's how you would maybe try and attempt to draw a figure with a bike. At least get it somewhat so you're careful about it. Is drawing the bike in perspective, then trying to light box it and then going from there and seeing if it works out. Interesting. should push it down a little bit more as well. Just keep doing layers. Layers and layers and layers. Okay, huh. Interesting. Let me just do a pencil. Should I do? I wonder, like, should you start with the pike first or the figure? Like, I'm just so tempted to just, like, draw, like, fantasy armor and stuff. I'm really trying not to. I don't even know what this arm would be doing, to be honest. Huh. Dude, this is getting pretty crazy. But this gesture has taken so long to draw now. Let's see here. I don't want to do like, I'm gonna do like some fantasy stuff. Okay. Show how to work it. Spear or something. Ah, it makes no sense why she'd have that. I don't like that. That's like cheesy, huh? I didn't have the freaking headphones on. I'm just like talking to myself. Okay, let's see here. Why would she have like a spear thing? It makes no sense. Oh my goodness. Okay, so that's the definitive vanishing point. I don't know what would. Do I want to make it like fantasy-esque? I really don't want to try to. I always do that shit, man. I always just don't know what I want to draw, and then I just start adding armor and stuff on it. I'll be really, really careful. I don't know what this is gonna be. Maybe. Okay. I have drawn one of these weapons before. It's like a staff spear. It would be this way, I think. Yeah. Interesting. Okay. So this is the gesture we have going now. Let's see if it's 2, 3, 6, 7, 7.5. I don't like that actually. Maybe, I don't know. Oh, I guess we could have. Maybe it should be a bow. Anyway, this is the gesture that we got. Interesting gesture. It's hard drawing a figure with a bike, man. There's a lot of steps to that, man. A lot of steps to get to that figure with the bike. Kind of don't know. I kind of want to like just add arm. I don't know. I got to be really careful. But yeah. Interesting. It's fun. I think this is a big one. So I'm trying to draw the bike. Maybe getting the bike down, and then getting the figure, and then combining them. Actually, I've drawn this a lot of times because this is actually the first go. So this was yesterday. Today we're trying to draw. I keep doing that same angle. I don't want to. Because I know like the bars can move and stuff, so I need to figure out how to draw a square. I need to figure out how to draw like a thin rectangle square. Or actually, I just need to figure out how to draw this radius. I'm picturing this radius as a square, so then I could put that wheel in any line. Oh, I guess you just draw a line and push it back into the horizon line. That's an interesting one. I haven't really like thought about that, like doing like skinny rectangles and then pushing these rectangles into it's actually kind of a good exercise for drawing bikes. I think is like drawing the skinny and then just thinking about like you could add a wheel in there, ellipses within those. That's something I actually have never done before. I think that's a good practice to do. The only problem is see then when you draw the bike itself, I don't know how to draw this. I don't know how to draw this right here, but on one plane of axis like that. I guess you would just draw that circle. Huh. It's a strange one right there, man. I'm just confusing myself more and more and more. I wish, like, I guess that's the other thing is like there are a lot of perspective. Like, I should just watch a lot of perspective drawing stuff, especially because. But I'm kind of liking this. I'm liking where this somewhat trying to draw bikes and people. It's hard, man. It's definitely it's challenging. The only problem is I want to not have this bar. See how I make this bar and these wheels exactly to the vanishing point right here? This bar is like this. It can literally move all around, so there's so many more levels to that. So that's a big problem. So I'm gonna have to figure that out. How do you draw the wheel? That's what I'm trying to figure out next. See this right here? That's what I'm trying to figure out. This is a big one. Anyway. Farewell, everybody. Farewell.